Hello, everyone. Welcome or welcome back to Royal Blue Tarot. It's divinely designed and aligned that we're here in this space together. It's my intention that you receive the messages for your most optimal and opulent life experience. If you're here, you are spiritual royalty, and there are messages here for you. I pray and ask that these messages are what you need to hear, not necessarily what you want to hear. So go ahead and take a couple cleansing breaths as I shuffle the cards a couple times. Dragonflies could be significant. It's a dragonfly here outside of my door. But go ahead and take a couple cleansing breaths, set some intentions for the reading. What is it that drew you here? What is it that you want to know? I pray that these messages serve your highest and greatest good. Sending you so much love. I already said my prayer off camera. I love doing these readings for you guys every day. My intention today is actually to not bring up love, connection, partnership at all. So even if it starts to show itself in the energy, I really just want to make this message about you today because I feel like the energy of love keeps coming up in the readings, right? So let's together have that intention on it's like, what is this teaching you? What do you need to know? I mean, when it comes to work, love, just whatever it is in your life that you're needing clarity on, whatever it is that you're going through that has you healing, going through, working through your shadows. What are the messages that you need to know about that? How is this contributing to your highest growth and evolution? Why are you here on this planet learning the lessons that you are learning? This is very significant. We want to go deep on this channel. These are not just superficial messages, keeping people in delusion, like, oh, what's this person thinking about me? We're not doing that. But with the energy of love continuing to come up in the readings, I do feel like there is something significant about relationships and partnerships that has to do with your greatest evolution, that causes your greatest change. Okay. But again, that's my intention with the reading. We're going to see what happens because you can't control the subconscious, right? The underlying patterning or the underlying patterns and subconscious things that are coming up and out. That's what's coming out in the cards for you. That's what we're touching on. That's what I'm helping to channel for you, and being a mirror and a reflection to give you that clarity if you don't have your own cards. And sometimes as we are, God just told me to Reiki the cards a little bit. And sometimes when we try to pull cards for ourselves, oracle cards, tarot cards, whatever, we tend to be desperately reaching for answers. There's a sense of desperation. There's a sense of neediness. There's a sense of thirst. Okay. So there's a scripture that talks about like, come to these waters and you will be filled, or something like that. It's like allowing ourselves to work in tandem with others to still sense the resonance within yourself, but you not trying to grasp and reach yourself. I hope that makes sense. I was really guided to mention these things today before we get started. So if you're still here, you're a real one. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to the channel. It helps me tune into your energies. We're co-creating this space together. This is not just you come in and get what you want and leave. Those are the relationships that we're healing from. Okay, you being an empath, a sensitive soul, someone who is nurturing, compassionate. I feel like you've had enough of that. And so that's what we are. We're not perpetuating that energy on YouTube, TikTok, whatever platform. We're not just coming in to take. Everything in the universe is reciprocal. There's a giving and a receiving. So just putting that out there. Okay. So if you're interested in a personal reading, there is a link in the description box below where you can fill out a form and we will coordinate that and make sure that we're on the same page with your reading before we even talk about scheduling or payment. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, so we're going to get into these messages for today. Let me just pause the video and make sure Blue doesn't need anything before we get started with this, because y'all know we be doing this for like 45 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Okay, one second. Okay, so I'm glad I did that because she was out of water. She did need something, because if I would have kept on going, she probably would have been thirsty this whole time. And that, I feel all these things are significant. You know what I'm saying? So even that, the interruptions, the, oh, let me make sure I have this right before we get started. That's the energy that is important that we submit to when it comes to the divine, not rushing the process. I even feel like it's intentional with how we're 5 minutes into the video, we still ain't got started yet, because we're not rushing this process. We're not desperately seeking these answers. You know what I'm saying? If you're coming in with that energy, that's that chaser energy, okay? Twin flame dynamics be coming up a lot with me, soulmate connections, whatever, partnership, connection, love. And it's like when we come in with that energy, like, okay, let me get what I need. Are you ready? You're not giving me what I need. Okay, I'm ready to go. That's unhealthy. You know what I'm saying? That's that's not receptive. That's not divine feminine energy. And regardless of if you're, not gendering, but it's like regardless of whatever you identify with, we all have that receptive and expressive energy within us. And if that is something that is unhealed within you, to where that's your approach in relationships, this Nine of Swords keeps showing itself. If that's your approach in relationships, where it's always like you're coming in like, what can I get? What can I get right now? What do you have to offer me? It's about you. It's like, no, why don't we allow the subconscious to reign? The divine is trying to speak to you. It's a still small voice. It's not in a hurry. It's a grounded energy. It's sustainable. This is a message for someone. You know what I'm saying? We got the energy of the sun again with this 19. Clarity. Clarity comes after we go through having to accept the truth, after we learn how to hold the truth. And it can be uncomfortable. After we learn how to carry our own load. You know what I'm saying? And I'm getting, even with the energy of the hilarious, y'all know that's annoying, right? I just said I don't want to talk about love, but about balancing this energy within yourself. We're going to see how long we can go without bringing it up, because when divine counterpart connections be coming into the reading, I don't know how to ignore it. You know what I'm saying? It seems like, what are the chances out of all of these cards when you get the King and Queen of Wands, King and Queen of Swords, Empress, Emperor, like, you know what I'm saying? Okay, so someone's coming out of this scary ass energy. I feel like your confidence is growing. You know what I mean? The shadow energy of the Knight of Wands, it can be someone who's like finicky. The fact that this is reversed, I'm actually feeling this. First card out, this is giving us a very good read on what's going to be happening in the reading. Coming out of this energy of fear, coming out of this inconsistent energy, coming out of this hot and cold energy, really putting an end to that. Now we got 18 plus 5 is 23, right? Which is a 5. So all of these swords really getting into the truth of who you are by allowing painful endings, by getting out of your head, working through your fears, learning how to hold your truth, whether people walk away or not, really trusting who you are, the star, being restored in the truth of who you are, okay? So this is what we're talking about today in regards to your energy. Golly, I just sent out my favorite card like a mug. You know what I'm saying? The world, a new cycle is beginning after you have done the hard work of allowing things to end. 5 and 8, that is 13. That's death and transformation. That's Pluto energy. And then we got 6 and 6, allowing something to end. Wow. Allowing something to end within a painful relationship. And then we see that Ten of Swords, like this is confirming that this is what we're going through. Okay, so walking away from grief, having the strength to leave things that you thought was fulfilling to you and return to self-love. 6 and 6, golly, bro. The soulmate cards, the lovers. I mean, not only is it a 6, but the two soulmate sixes. Because 6 of Pentacles, 6 of Swords, 6 of Wands is not like the 6 of Cups and the Lovers. This is about nostalgia. This is about romance. This is about chemistry. This is about connection. This is about a soulmate bond, divine partnership. And again, we see on this card, there's someone walking away, someone being willing to walk away from a memory, walking away from a memory is what I'm getting, okay? Walking into a brand new cycle. You have ended something that has taken a long time. You've gone through a journey. You've really had to nourish yourself to get through this. This has been karmic, ancestral. This is something like involving like the beginning of time type stuff. And with the astrological alignments, we're seriously walking into a brand new season. The people that have been doing the work to heal these deep-seated things, and it's like I'm almost annoyed with using the word healing. It's almost like how narcissist is overused, but this is the term that we have to understand this. But you've been going within to be restored. And now there's a new cycle that's coming because you've put to bed this hot and cold, this finicky, this unsure energy, like the energy of you being unsure of yourself. The reflection of this is someone who is not sure of themselves, but in reverse to me, what I'm picking up on, okay, if you know how to read cards, I'm using my energy to pick up on the messages, okay? And that's the thing about individuals doing the reading. Yes, the cards have a traditional meaning, but it depends on how things are coming out and how you're reading it. Okay. So coming out of this unsure, lacking confidence energy and stepping into trusting the wholeness, the divinity of who you are. This is really specific for someone. If you're here watching this reading, this is really specific because not everyone has the patience. Hilarious. I love how God has been doing this. Just let it confirming. God gives you the reassurance. Okay. Even if you're doubting, and there's a scripture that says, Lord, I believe, but help me in my unbelief. Doubt is a thing that happens in life. Okay. Because most of reality is something that's unseen. But when I just said, whatever I was just saying about this, and this Knight of Pentacles just came out, what I'm saying, this feeling sure about yourself, grounding your energy. Lord, I done got a little, almost forgot what I was saying because I just got so excited with the confirmation. So trusting who you are, getting into this energy of feeling sure of yourself, the time that it took to get to this place of you having self-assurance, of you feeling confident within yourself. And again, this is 10 Pentacles. Manifested abundance. Like this took a lot of time. It took a lot of time to get to where you are now, where you're seeing yourself as this radiant, divine being. Seeing yourself. I'm seeing 9/11, but the Two of Wands, this is someone who has vision. This is someone who was willing to leave their comfort zone in search of their true desires, to leave home. When I get Two of Wands, I'm getting to leave home, okay? This person getting ready to leave. You know what I'm saying? A messenger, someone ready to take a journey. But you, again, this message is really specific. So if you're here, you're not average. You're not basic. You have patience that not everyone has. You're willing to take the time to do things that not everyone is willing to do. You have a strength. There's a divinity in you that is not average. 6 of Cups, and the way I was about to put the cards back, I see that it really was the 3 of Cups. So 9 of Cups energy. You're moving towards something after going through everything. Finding confidence. I'm picking up on someone who, like, even as a child, like, you lacked confidence within yourself. You could have been a very shy child, lacked confidence within yourself for your whole life. But this is who you are. Empress energy, nurturing, a seer, just highly spiritual being, highly ranked in the spirit, a portal, a cycle breaker, someone who came to end something and begin something. That is the world card. The Empress, if she was pregnant, the world is the culmination. That's the birth of the child into the world. That is you. You could be born on the 21st, like your girl here, you know what I'm saying? But, or 21 could just be significantly important to you for some reason. But there's something about the number 3, the number 21, starting a new cycle. And then the fact that we have how long this took. We have one night where it's like you're getting into your confidence, recognizing who you are finally. This is a new cycle for you, and you standing in the truth of who you are. You ain't backing down for nobody. You're not shrinking for nobody. You understand what you hold, your power, your worth, your value. This is someone who knows their value. Look at how she's touching the pinnacle, but also the way she got the bird and just at peace, the snail, everything is giving something symbolic here. This person trusts who they are. They trust their abundance. The 9, the hermit, willing to be alone because you trust it. You're not afraid to be alone, sitting in this beautiful, independent energy. You're not afraid to take journeys that people are afraid to take. And you do it with a sense of purity and love and joy. And you can navigate through the darkness with that too. Light and shadow energy. Like, there's something about you where you have a balance. I just saw the 6 of Pentacles. There goes another 6. So 666 has already appeared in the reading. There is something about you where you're able to navigate the light and the darkness. And that is power. The 6 of Cups coming out here with this Knight of Pentacles, the procession of the cards is showing me that it took a long time for you to get here. Yes, for you to get out of this hot and cold energy of feeling lack of confidence in yourself. But now you have it, and now you're moving towards love. I'm getting like now you're able to retrieve the pieces of your soul from a more balanced place. It's not a neediness. Now the things that you're manifesting, the things that you're receiving, it's not coming from a place of neediness anymore. We have 3 knights. That's very significant. 3 knights on the top spread. This has to do with movement. This has to do with something coming towards you. This has to do with the movement that you've been making, that now you're moving forward in life, holding the sword of truth. You've had an awakening. You have clarity about who you are. You're ready to move a little bit faster. Whereas things were going really slow, now you're ready to move a little bit faster. After finding harmony, after being willing to walk away from fantasy, okay? I don't know if there's a song like Living in a Fantasy, but that's what was coming up for me. All right, Lord, so give us more energy. Trine, the energy of a 12, which is another 3. Angelic support, harmony, perfect flow. So you have had support from your ancestors, your guides. Again, you're highly spiritual. Wow, 10 of Pentacles. 10 of Pentacles, this has taken a lot of time, completion of a cycle, walking into your abundance, having the tangible thing in your hand, having it delivered to you after you stepped into the truth of who you are. But you've had a lot of angelic support with this. And even with this, it's like this person here is on the other side, okay? Because there's a veil here. You got people who are in the land of the living, and this is someone who's on the other side, okay? They're cloaked, whatever. When we get into tarot symbolism, again, catch me on my other channel for stuff like that. But again, this has taken a lot of time, and you've walked into the realm of your manifestation, okay? Took a long time, and now it's coming in really quickly. Give us more energy, Spirit. This showed itself a few times already, so can you still see that crystal? I'll be trying to make sure it's still over here. Okay. So the 8 of Swords. Getting out of your head, that was part of that lack of confidence energy, like not trusting yourself, struggling to walk by faith because of the way that things were appearing and you were scared. It was very hot and cold. Hmm. Very interesting, the cards I'm seeing at the bottom of the deck. But, having the strength to do this, you getting out of this energy took a lot of strength. And it was really just a mental battle. It was really just like things that were said to you, beliefs, not necessarily beliefs, but just like thoughts, concepts, ideas that you picked up throughout your journey in life so far. And you having the strength to move through those because you felt trapped by those things. But you've done it, that's for sure. King of Swords, a lot of Swords energy. The last three cards have been Swords energy, finding balance, ancestrally protected. I'm getting up on that angelic support. One of my favorite readers, she talks about the King of Swords being like ancestral protection, like your guides. And again, the angel, Archangel Michael with the Temperance card, finding balance. You were assisted. You were assisted to get through this mental anxiety by your angels, finding balance before these pentacles started to show up, because you weren't going to be able to fully take this idea and ground it into something. To even when this balance started to come into your life, you would have still been in your shadow. You would have seen it like something wrong or something like that. Now the things that are coming to you, you're looking at it from a different perspective because you know who you are. So as the truth comes, you're standing in your truth. You know how to wield your truth. You know how to be more strategic, more logical, not so emotional. Now you know how to be more logical because you know the truth of who you are. That took a lot of strength for you to get there. Look at all of the knights, you guys. We literally have all four knights in the spread. Significant movement forward. And even as I said that, Eight of Wands at the bottom of the deck, significant movement forward. Okay? That's what's happening right now. Something that was where you had to have grounded movement, and now you're able to move more intuitively. Now you can trust your heart. Now you can trust your intuition because you're grounded. You're rooted and grounded in the truth of who you are, and you're no longer chasing thrills, is what I'm hearing. After being able to be more logical, after getting out of your freaking head, you have the truth, you have clarity. Now, this came out together, so I'm going to put like truth, love, and truth. Now you're moving with love and truth because the divine has showed it to you. Within your, I'm getting time of isolation because we saw that Nine of Swords, Nine of Pentacles. Within the time of isolation, you being willing to go to that mountaintop, right? The Hermit card, the Nine. You being willing to go into isolation, to grow, to spiritually mature, to come into the truth of who you are. Now you have clarity, and look at that. I mean, that Two Swords, I'm getting High Priestess energy. Now you're moving more intuitively, but with truth. Now your intuition is grounded in truth. And so you moving with your intuition now, there's a whole different energy with it. I hope you're picking up what I'm putting down. And then behind the Eight of Wands, that significant movement forward, you're moving towards your ultimate wish fulfillment, happiness, emotional contentment. The fact that we saw the Ten of Pentacles and the Ten of Wands, very, very significant for you. Let's get some more energy, Spirit. What else do you want to say to your collective? I love that the Five of Swords just got pushed into that reverse. You're not arguing for this fantasy anymore. You have an idea. You're like, you know what? I'm actually kind of ready for something new in my life. All of the things, all of the relationships I was holding on to, whether that be family, friends, past love. Again, these are soulmate bonds. These are soul ties. But again, a lot to do with like childhood. So I'm picking up heavy on family. But you're no longer arguing for your limitations anymore. You don't even feel like you need to have that dialogue anymore because you know who you are. You're like, you know what? This isn't even worth a conversation. Like, I know my truth. You're going to speak your truth, but you're no longer arguing. You have balance in the truth of who you are, and now you say it. Now you can say it if you need to, but you also picking up on that queen energy, because I did see the Queen of Swords. Like, you know your truth, but you're not about to overextend. You're going to sit on your throne, and you're like, and this keeps coming up in the readings, right? You got your hand out, like, well, come and talk to me if you want to, but I'm not about to go out of my way for a conversation or anything like that. You got new ideas, you got creative projects to work on. God is giving you a lot that you're finding balance on. You have a lot of things to invest your time and energy in, and you're finding balance within those things. You're getting the vision of your life together. Okay, that's a beautiful thing. I'm picking up on divine feminine that's no longer in chaser energy. Divine feminine, no longer in chaser energy. Queen of Cups, you know who you are. You trust your emotions. You trust your intuition. Now 2112, the World card and the Hanged Man. You're trusting your intuition. Hilarious. Here go the Queen of Cups. There goes that. There goes that energy. There goes that energy. But let's keep it to you. Finding that balance within yourself, balancing your masculine, feminine energy, seeing it from a different perspective. You trust yourself now. Completely different energy. House 4. This is like you, the security of who you are, your inner life. Now it's being reflected on the outside. And I'm getting that 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Cups vibes. Like, it had to come from the inside first. And there was a lot within yourself where you were stuck in that 8 of Swords energy, where you were stuck in fantasy land, where you were stuck feeling like you had to argue for your own limitations. Yeah, 4 of Swords, you had to go in and heal that energy. You had to have a new foundation for yourself so that no one can get you off kilter. 4 of Swords is right before you go into the 5 of Swords. Like, now you've found balance before you go into change. Very, very significant. Oh my God. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Angel. Thank you, Spirit. What else do you want to talk about here? All right. Finding balance, grounding your masculine energy. 14, which reduces to a 5, and we have the 5 of Wands down here. The 5 of Swords was over here. So you navigating change like a freaking champ. Okay, I'm hearing the champ is here. Like, and then even with the World card, you being a cycle breaker, the champ is here. You are the champion. You're the champion of your family. You're the champion of your friend groups. You know what I'm saying? You're different. Hearing 2 Chains. I'm different. Yeah, I'm different. And people know it. People know that you're different. And now you know that you're different. Now you have found balance. 9 and 5 is 14. You found balance within your spirit. You know how to hold your truth. You know who you are. You know how to stand firm in your convictions. And even if it gets a little chaotic trying to mix it with other people's, you're not backing down. You're not backing down on the truth of who you are. And you had to, again, learn how to ground that energy. Powerful manifester. You know the power that you hold. But you have to go through a little bit of an ego death. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm seeing that 4 and 3 again, Emperor, Empress energy. You had to allow your heart to heal on some painful truths. You had to put some things to rest. You know what I'm saying? Those people that was playing in your face. I'm seeing 7 of Swords. You're more grounded, balanced. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. What else do you want to talk about, Spirit? Even my energy is more calm today. Like, I feel like you're more calm. You're just more trusting. You're just more self-assured. 10 of Pentacles. It won't leave you alone because you're manifesting this, because you're not chasing, you're attracting. It's taken a while for you to heal this divine feminine energy, and that's 11 Pentacles. Going through this change, finding balance helped you to go to another level. And now the abundance, the completion of a cycle, now the tangible thing is here. I mean, oh my God, bro. When I tell you this is just so beautiful here. Queen of Wands, Ace of Cups, 4 of Pentacles, Wheel of Fortune to the Sun. I love, love, love the Queen of Wands and the Sun. They're the only 2 cards in the deck that have sunflowers on them. Sunflowers can be very significant. It's also a lot to do with your inner child, okay? At least with how I see it in the tarot, the fact that she is grown, secure, magnetic, attractive, knows how to yield her power, but she's rooted in her self-love. She has this sense of childlike wonder. The sunflower, the sunflower. Look at how that's like right on the edge and right at the edge. I'm getting like you are protected back and front. Your inner child, I'm getting, is one of your spirit guides. Wow, I've never heard that before. Your self-love, the love that you have for others, I'm hearing also like your cup runneth over. Make sure my mic is still on and the time is still going. It was just 3:12 on the clock when I tell you, Empress, okay? The self-love that you have and your cup runneth over. Like now your cup is running over. You have love to give out of the overflow. It's not coming from a place of desperation, right? I'm getting that four of Pentacles. It's not coming from the sense of desperation. Now you have stability, structure in how you're holding on. It's not coming from a place of lack. Okay. And now the wheel is turning in your favor because you know who you are. I mean, my Lord. And then and then we got the Three of Pentacles to the Eight of Pentacles, which is 11 Pentacles. Again, we just saw 11 Pentacles. So there goes 1111. Pick up on the love energy if you want to, but I'm trying not to bring it up. But I'm seeing something here. This could be a new love situation coming in. You could have released a karmic situation and now new love is really coming in and you worked hard for it. You worked with your ancestors and your guides and now you're about to have something tangible. 1111, 11 Pentacles, new beginning after a cycle of BS. You know what I'm saying? Really, really beautiful energy, you guys. Oh my God. Two of Pentacles, my Lord, just even more, okay? Even more. Now that's 13 Pentacles, which reduces to a 4. You went through a lot of changes within your money. You probably went through feeling like lost. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you had your own business and you had to take a few steps back because of this healing that you've been going through for the last, I'm hearing 12 months, that had a lot to do with this love connection, things that you had to walk away from, truth that you needed to see. And then there goes that 33 again with Three of Wands, Three of Cups, to the Five of Cups, like just things that made you sad, things that you had to heal from connections, partnerships, and things like that. You were juggling a lot. And you had to really find balance within your finances. But now I'm getting that the divine is about to restore that. We have a lot of Pentacles energy out here. 14 Pentacles if you count this Knight of Pentacles at the top. Balance, harmony, Sagittarius energy. Let's get some more. Yeah, Two of Swords, balance, having to see through. Even when you were having conflict in your life, you had to be able to hold your vision. That is spiritual maturity. That's something that not everybody can do, that not everybody can get through. Like, give yourself more credit. I'm hearing that maybe you are starting to give yourself more credit, but I'm over here like, this is a completely different energy. Yesterday and even today, the energy has just really shifted. I don't know if you, I'm sure you can feel it. I'm sure you can feel it. Give us more energy, Spirit. All right, I'm going to take it in reverse. Justice in reverse. That's another, I'm seeing 1111. And the fact that it's over this Five of Swords reverse, Six of Cups is giving us a significant story here. You're no longer waiting for justice on a situation. Things made you sad. You had to let friendships go or whatever, but you're no longer waiting for justice. You're trusting the divine. You're trusting that the justice, the balance, the everything that's going to come in from a situation that was truly unfair to you, situation that you felt like you had to fight for. I'm getting court case. You might have had to go to court with someone. Someone's karma and justice in regards to whatever you've been going through. They might have had to go to court. I'm picking up on a masculine energy with the King of Wands and the Five of Cups right here. Balance is being restored. And you are in an energy of not being affected by it because you've let it go. You've let it go. You've let go of the arguments. You've let go of fighting for fairness is what I'm getting with the Justice in reverse. That is so, so beautiful, you guys. The fact that we have 11 Pentacles, 1-1 with the 2 card, and 11, another 1-1. I mean, that's 11, 11, 11. My God, my God. That's 6 wands. Again, harmony, balance, lover's energy. You're finding your own balance here. And it's bringing in a brand new cycle for you. Wheel of Fortune, something is turning in your favor because you have the truth. You're sitting pretty in your truth. And now the wheel is turning. And it's something that's going to make you very, very happy here because you allowed for the ultimate ending. You allowed for judgment to be called. And I'm seeing 10, 10, 10, very significant coming up in the reading. Okay. Come on now. House 10. That's 10, 10, 10, 10. The twin flame, the 11, 11, because 10, 10, 10, 10 is like 11, 11. Like, come on now. Come on now. Are you picking up what I'm putting down? You worked hard for this. You worked hard for this clarity. You worked hard for this happiness. You worked hard for all of this that's coming in. I just really want to affirm you on that. Okay? Give me some more energy, Spirit. We're coming up to the last row of cards. We've been making this consistent in the last few videos where we do 4 rows of cards. King of Wands in reverse. Again, the King of Wands sometimes can be someone who is arrogant, you know what I'm saying? Wears a mask, defensive, you know what I'm saying? Can be passionate, but a little bit in their shadow. King of Wands can be someone who can be in their shadow a little bit. And so the fact that it's reversed, again, coming out of this inconsistent energy, like your passions, your desires, the things that you're manifesting is coming from a place of purity, of stability. You fought hard for this. You got through the change. I'm hearing, went through a change. Another 2 here. We got the 2 of Swords. You saw through deception. You felt blinded by something, but you've always had the truth. You've always seen the truth. Getting out of your head. Getting out of your head to step into the truth of who you are. Very interesting with the King of Swords and the 2 of Swords. That's like 3 swords. Overcoming things that broke your heart. A painful truth that you had to accept that really contributed to your self-love. If it wasn't for those things, it elevated your self-love. Wow, 4 of Wands in reverse. 4 of Wands in reverse over this card with the star. I'm picking up on like no longer waiting for stability. Like the stability that you have, it's not based on coming together with someone, marriage, partnership, celebrating. Like it's not about any of that. The stability that you have is internal. It was an inside job all along. A lot of people look at the 4 of Wands up in the upright, right? A lot of people look at the 4 of Wands like, oh, twin flame union, 11, 11. We're seeing 11, 11 again. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. It's all up in this reading because you're a powerful manifester. But seeing this in the reverse in this pile is showing me that the movement, the clarity, the truth, the balance has been you finding stability, celebration, love, union within yourself. Like upright, I'm getting like this manifest on the outside, but it being in reverse, I'm getting that you have found this inside first. And now it can come in the upright. Now it can come in the physical manifested world. Because you manifested this. Queen of Wands. We got the King of Wands and the Queen of Wands on the same row. So you see what's happening here. You've overcome this. The fantasy of relationships, connections. You grieved it. You still love it. There's still love there, but you are trusting your strength, your vision, who you are. Beautiful, beautiful energy, you guys. When I tell you, self-empowerment for the win. Self-empowerment, when I said for the win. Self-empowerment for the win. And we got 6 of Wands, which is like winning, victory, success, celebration. King of Wands next to the King of Cups. trusting your ability to manifest outwardly, but also from a very rooted and grounded place. Oh my God, I just said we got the King and Queen of Wands on one row, and we got the King and Queen of Cups in the same column. How fun. You know what I'm saying? Like, look at how that is doing that. There's some sort of an angle here. I'm getting that the universe is, there's something about an angle. Is that significant to someone? Six of Wands to the Ace of Wands. New idea. Like, look at how this idea, this passionate idea that you had, has gotten you to this victory and success. The Wheel of Fortune turning, having truth and clarity. There's something about, again, balance within yourself, right? We haven't seen the Queen of Pentacles yet, but the fact that you got King and Queen of Wands, that Four of Wands, internal, you know what I'm saying? And this King and Queen of Cups, a lot about you finding balance within yourself. A lot about you finding balance within yourself. And you had to hold your truth while you navigated a lot of really painful things here. Hilarious. So I'm at the end of the row. So these are the final cards. Sextile, a combination of tension, flow, potential, and a rewarding situation. The sextile is the 60-degree aspect, which gives us the energy of the six, the lovers, and the fool, right? 6 and 0, a new beginning, new possibilities in love. We got the Emperor card here. Give us final messages. Seven of Pentacles. Here goes the Empress. Another counterpart connection here, another match. Thinking, reflecting, cycles completed. Something has ended. It's time to reap the reward. It's time to get the harvest. The Hanged Man, it came out. Before, we just saw it at the bottom of the deck. So that 2112 is for sure in the energy, looking at things from a different perspective. Both of these people are looking at things. They're watching something. And we still got the energy of the 4 and the 3. Queen of Swords. Holding your boundary for this divine happiness, wish fulfillment coming in. One more card. The Sun. How beautiful. I'm also getting something about strategy, planning, strategic. Another 777. 3 and 4, which is another 7. So we got 777 in the final messages here, and we have the Sun. Luck is on your side. Luck is on your side. The ultimate completion has happened. You've completed the journey. You completed your mission, and now you're walking into a new cycle. Oh my God, Venus, love. Give and receive love. Find value and see beauty. There's love. There's love here. It seems like maybe that's going to be a reward for you, is love and money, happiness, wish fulfillment, whatever that is for you. So whether this has to do, whatever's going on in your life, whether it has to do with romance, whether it has to do with friendship, whether it has to do with work, I pray that these messages really helped you to find clarity today, the Sun, to find clarity and to trust yourself. So I thank you for being here. If you made it to the end of this video, let me know. Like, comment, subscribe, book a personal reading if that's something that you're interested in, to unpack your personal story a little bit deeper. And I'm so happy to come on here and do these readings with you every day. I always do the reading for the channel on YouTube, and then I always go live on my TikTok. So if you ever want to join live readings or anything like that, I do those on my TikTok. It's the same handle, Royal Blue Tarot. I'm so grateful for you guys, that we're building this community, that we're finding our tribe, and that God is speaking to us in ways where we feel safe and we can trust it. You know what I'm saying? Just a whole bunch of things to say. But as usual, I'm sending you guys so much love, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.